do see another team get taken out, which is the side of Indian Tiger. Suddenly, we're down to 9 teams, 26 players alive, and RG want to take control of this Miramar map and looking to take XQuest out of this game earlier than we've seen them.
Even though I can appreciate what RG starting are trying to do, having multiple angles of fire and pressure on top of XQuest Def, I think they have a high ground just right next to them. Maybe get on top of there would be a better opportunity for them to harass Top Esports and XQuest Def. But right now they're still holding their ground. XQuest Def a little bit out of the circle, still moving onwards, but the circle will not be on top of Hacienda del Patron. So we're going to have an area, completely open field for the late game.
So you have Pittsburgh Knights holding on to the north. They know real heavy situation going into circle. Team Case are on the west side. Team IND are on the south side. And there's about 4 teams on the east side of the circle trying to make their way in.
It's just going down to this. Be careful, Fireboy. He got knocked as Yatan trying to flush that kill away using the bush to his advantage. But still, here it is. Cavaliers here trying to help as much as possible, but that help will be not really working out too much. He's so low, but makes it out with just a remaining slither of HP. But I think that now he has information. He saw those bullets hit. He could just go for it. And here it is. Just flashes the kill away just to be safe to avoid the years from doing some work. But here it is. The flank coming on through. Nice amount of work, but RG starting under a lot of pressure. So many teams flanking in at the exact same time. They're going to have to force through it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Because there's so many teams going in from the east side, the second you in any way expose yourself out in the open, you're going to get shot from loads of different angles. Aim Locker trying to keep his team alive, looking to shoot at distance, and they do take out the side of XQuest F, who do get eliminated in 7th place. 6 teams, 5 teams left, 15 players alive. That's an average of 3 players per team.
You see RG Star Team, if you want, you can do it, and they're showing this right now live on the PUBG Mobile Club Open Prelims here on Miramar. Though Team Kesso, they have a little bit of a dip to work with, but 2 teams on both sides. They have Team ARG and Team Pittsburgh's Knights, but they're going to try their very best to deal with this. They have the dip. They just can't peek out, because if they peek out, the team on the other side is going to harass them.
So, like, what they're doing is they're using the vehicles to their advantage. It's definitely a bit risky to go into the vehicle, but I see it happening all the time in PUBG. Is that you get into vehicle, you move it a little bit forward, you get out of it, and that means you're able to use that vehicle as a way of protecting yourself. Of course, you want to make sure in some way at some point that you blow that car up so you're not going to expose yourself too much. But Team IND, 2 players left alive, gonna go close to close with the 2 remaining members of RG Star.
RG Star still 3 players up and running. And Team Kesso, they're still in the dip. They're still under a lot of pressure right now. Gonna have to see how they can maybe like wiggle themselves out of that one. It's just going to take a little bit more time, as here it is, RG looking for the shots. Still 3 members up and running on their side. A lot of pressure can potentially get applied.
Yeah, as we do see, all rejection gaming. Gonna put through. Marco gets knocked down in the center circle. Wi-Fi gets knocked down. Monarch gets knocked down. J7 is on his own, trying to go into smoke, but he gets taken out by RG Star. That's gonna be PK eliminated.
See you later, Alligator. They did not have the best of opportunities. Pittsburgh's Knights taken out of the picture. But Team Kesso, even though they win that pinch, they were able to wiggle themselves out of that one. Team IND, one of their members, under a lot of pressure. Here it is, the knock reverse coming on top. And they're doing a lot of work at this point in time. RG will be losing their last member there. But still, ARG, they have Planet. Their true last member this time. He's just in the smoke using utility this early on. This is the moment where you want to use that utility to try and keep your members alive as much as possible. But Team Kesso looking so damn strong. 4 teams still right now, but Team IND, the last one standing. He's going to be going out in 4th position. And RG Star Team, Jinghon in the distance. 4 members for Team Kesso, 1 for Team RG Star Team, 1 for Team ARG. It's just coming down to this. Team Kesso looking damn strong, and that shift of gameplay is paying off.
Okay, so Marco is able to get revived. Yavajala there. Axel, he is in the blue zone. Actually, is he going to be able to get in there? And Mystic is also going to be in there. So from a man point of view, Team Kesso have a full squad up. It is 4v1v1.
That's because they rotated so efficiently. They saw opportunities. They were like, okay, there's no teams on the northwest side of that circle. We're going to go in and anticipate the early rotations as much as possible. But now Team Kesso, Autobots deploy. They're going on the side here, trying to have multiple angles of fire. They only know that they have 2 more members. Here it is. Planet trying to do some work, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too much. Knocking the distance coming on through. You just get 1 member down. But here it is. Team Kesso, just a few members remaining on this side. 3v1 on their way. Jing Hong, can you make the plays? Can you make the moves? A few shots fired. Axel going to try and auto and clap right back. He has the rock. That's all he's working with. He gets another one on top of Axel. Going solo. Just flush the kill away. Gets that extra kill point. 1v2 situation. Mystic goes in for the kill. Magic Trick. Peekaboo. Let's go.
Team Queso get their first chicken dinner to make their way through. They're going to look at that emotion. Look at the hug, and they are so proud of themselves. I'm proud of them, guys. They make their way through. They had the circle. They had the compounds. They stuck to their guns and they come out on top. But I've got to say, the way they flushed all Rejection Gaming, that final member, was so important. Because you saw Marco leading the way, and you saw the 2 other members of Team Queso close behind. They kept Axel on his own. You know why? Because that's a security deposit. They got the flush, and then it came down to a 4v1 situation.
Their decision making all together, they knew exactly how to do it. They took their time too, because you saw a few of their members, they were pretty low, sitting there were like around 30 to 40% HP. Reaching back up, get locked and loaded, Autobots deploy, got 4 angles of fire, engaged and stormed 1v4. Did have a few knocks on their side, but that did not stop them. Then they went over to RG Star Team, got the last kill on John Hing, and freaking easy.
That's the thing. What did help Team Queso a tiny bit was that there was a lot of teams towards the end that were kind of inside the circle, where even though Marco got knocked down, he was able to be revived because there was a few smoke pass to their advantage, and also teams are just firing off against each other in the distance. You saw Pittsburgh Knights, who in fairness, they had a fantastic game on their side, but they got taken out. RG, another team that needed another strong performance, coming out with a lot of frags, taking down X-Quest along the way to secure, I believe, a top 5 finish. So that finish, honestly, that was one of the best finishes of these 2 days. I'm absolutely blown away.
I was really hyped at the end, because I almost thought the Team RG Star Team was going to pull another clutch. We know from the wildcard series, RG Star Team, they were the only team in the wildcard series to pull off a 1v4 clutch in the end game. That was just about to happen again. Unfortunately, not quite there, but still, you got to give a big amount of respect. Even though RG Star Team did not take the win, their rotations were on point, their macro was on point, and they really improved. But you want to know a little bit more, maybe, about this team over there, the team that just took that chicken dinner. Will take it over by Gio.
Thank you so much, Max. Yes, I'm here with Marco from Team Queso, and I can see in his face just how excited he is. I have to ask, what was that last fight like in the comms, in the way you guys were feeling?
¿Cómo fue esa última pelea y cómo se sintieron?
Estábamos muy nerviosos, fue muy emocionante y por un momento fue una locura total.
They were very nervous, and at the last moment it was total crazy.
Yeah, I think everybody saw on the broadcast just how you guys erupted in celebration. Now, one of the really interesting things about the end of that game was that you guys were still a full squad, and quite frequently you don't see 4 full members left at the end like that. What was it that allowed you guys to keep the whole squad alive for that long?
Okay. Al final de la partida pudimos mantener el squad completo, 4 personas. Eso no es tan común. ¿Cómo crees tú que pudimos mantener ese squad completo?
Yo creo que el squad completo se mantuvo porque Miramar es nuestro mapa, es el mind map nuestro, y creo que sin dudas la respuesta es esa, que Miramar es el mapa que mejor nos va.
Okay. He said Miramar is our favorite map, so that can allow us to have the full squad.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, it's been spoken a lot in the broadcast over this weekend about how much it means to you guys to be representing both South America and the Spanish-speaking world. Do you have anything to say to your South American fans back at home?
Se ha hablado mucho en las últimas transmisiones sobre lo orgulloso que estamos de representar al continente, a Sudamérica. ¿Tienes alguna palabra para decirle a todos ellos? ¿Alguna cosa que quieras decirle?
Que gracias a ellos nosotros confiamos en nosotros y que confían en nosotros como nosotros, disculpen, nosotros confiamos muchísimo en Sudamérica, estoy muy nervioso y estamos muy orgullosos de estar representando a nuestros países con mucho orgullo nacional.
We are very proud to represent all the continent and the Spanish-speaking people, and we are here for them.
Oh, I love it. Fantastic. One step closer to being in that top 5 and making it to the global finals. Casters, back to you guys.
Muchas gracias, Gio, for that interview. He sounds so happy. He was so smiley. I love it.
You can honestly see the emotion, the excitement, the pleasure, the happiness. Like, you know, when you compare, for example, the likes of Pittsburgh Knights, you know, Wi-Fi, that was just kind of like, yeah, you know, we're used to this. Like Team Queso, of course, they're used to being kind of on top and getting strong results, but in this situation where they're so humble to be here in the first place, to get that chicken dinner, they feel that so much, and all I have to say is vamos, Team Queso.
Vamos, there you go. I think it's really important also when you have that positive attitude to try and keep the drive going, and that's what they've been definitely doing this game around. I have a few highlights I just can't wait to see for you guys at home to be able to see also the rotations that happen, just how much they were anticipating the course of that entire game. They just read the circle rotations and shifts so well, and they just got the perfect opportunity to take that one. Played really safe early, still had 4 members at the end, and just took an easy win.
Because here's the thing, like, I have seen it so often where, because that's the thing, like, even though they had a full squad and it was kind of 4v1, I have seen so many teams where they'll lose a member because they'll go in for that kind of 1v1, right? And they'll get taken out of surprise or in an unexpected situation. And then next thing you know, another member gets knocked down, and next thing you know, they're down to 2 players. Honestly, the way Team Queso navigated the end by going in as a 3-man team on that final member of ARG, taking him out, and then as a 4-man team, even though they got a couple of their players get knocked down, it didn't matter because they stuck together, they weren't able to get flushed, and they still had that man advantage at the end. It was just perfectly executed, Maxman.
Better than worse, just pure footage right here. You can see that insane storm on top of Planet Form Team All Rejection Gaming, and then at the end they tried to go on top of RG Star Team. Stormed over on Jing Hong, and he was just having one member still really good job. Knowing the amount of pressure he was under and just flushed that kill. Well, that's 1 extra point for RG Star Team. That might just be that 1 point that makes the difference.
Exactly, and like, look at that. You see that emotion. Like, they're so, like, I'm honestly getting a little bit emotional. I want to go hug them after this. I know, like, full on, but we see the results of match 9 for you guys. Kurt Squad, unfortunately, coming out in last place with 1 placement point, followed by Top Omen, the Formia, Indian Tigers, Team Secret, and NMV.
Team Queso, even though kill points a little bit low, that's because they avoided fights. Not saying that's wrong, that's completely awesome, and that's what we need to do to get back in that top 5. They had a little bit of a taste earlier. They want the full meal, and they get 33 points this game around. RG Star Team still not too shabby. 8 kills going their way, 30 points. But look at that, top esports. They were in a fight from start to the finish of that game, and they got 12 kills, up to 24 points, which is not something to overlook.
Yeah, Team Top pulling out an absolute blinder of a game. Especially when they needed it, right? They needed all the points that they can get. So getting 24, considering that they were on 77. So you add that up, that puts them out in 101 points. That's going to put them closer to the likes of Pittsburgh Knights and Team Queso. Give or take, of course, Team Queso are going to be able to make their own way up. But now we see the kill leaders. As we expected, to be honest, Team Top come out first and second with Fire Show and MKKSKR.
Despite having X-Quest up until like the very late stages of the game, it is completely dominated by Top Esports. MKKSKR, Fire Show, G awesome members on their side, coming to you live from China, and they definitely showed up to the party today. They just got to keep, once again, that continuity. The name of the game is consistency. Now 100%. You're on the roll, just keep the ball rolling.
Look at this, Ying Hong from RG. I'm actually on the side now. I'm actually proud of how I pronounce that. On the side now, getting 1,000 plus damage, followed by Fire Show on the side of Team Top, getting 942. And then there's a bit of a shift of 689 from MKK SKR.
Some interesting stats right here. Definitely Jin Hong Woo doing a lot of plays, but here it is. This is what we're looking for. The head-to-head of Team Kesso. And then RG Star Team that was the last member on the this Miramar game. 3 kills, up to 8 kills. RG Star Team getting a little bit more involved in that late game, but Team Kesso didn't need to. Also, they were in a really big pinch, so they couldn't fight back really that easily. And they just had to like stay prone down, avoid the fight as much as possible, then go in when it was necessary. And that's what they did because their shot calling was absolutely top tier.
Yeah, and once again, like, you know, RG Star, they got 30 points that match. That's 2/3, or that's 1/3 of their total points. That's going to, once again, like Team Top, that's going to put them closer to the likes of Pittsburgh Knights and Omen Elite. So this is really starting to heat up as you're going to head into the last 3 games of the preliminary finals.
The last 3 games.
I know, right? Feels bad, man.
Right now.
Bad, man. I know.
But Team IND went 4th.
Yeah,
they went 4th. That is really good. They got to keep on going. It was Indian Tigers that started the day off pretty well. Now it's Team IND that's doing pretty well. So let's hope that maybe they can get back up. If they can get like the miracle 3 chicken dinner in a row, that would be a really good one. But it seems unlikely. But you never know. It is esport. Anything is possible.
Like I say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, Maxan, or it's not over till I sing. But it's not over till it's over. It's not over until you mathematically cannot move up. Yeah. That's it. Until then, you have a chance. So it's about kind of holding on to that and taking it forward. But man, I cannot wait to see the overall standings after this game. I cannot wait to see this shift in the placement, to see the fact that these teams are going to get tighter and tighter together. As I said, we're going to be heading into the final 3 games.
Final 3 games. A lot of information. We'll do a little bit of research during the break, and we'll try and give it back to you guys. But also, if you want to do research on your own at home like a big boy, can head on over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. All the juicy pieces of information are over there for you to go and see. Thank you very much for watching this third game of the day. We have 3 more to come. Erangel, Vikendi, and another Erangel game. Thank you so much for sticking around. We'll see you in just a few short minutes.
Lag and poor connections slowing you down? Speed up with Net Turbo and Center Turbo. Up your game with the Vivo V15 series. Vivo.
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Endless respawn, endless fun. There is a better choice.
Disco, disco, rock, rock, disco, disco, rock, rock. Pop machine, Looney and baby. Pop, pop, pop machine, Looney and baby. Rock to the beats, guitar strings strumming all night. Rock. watch me dancing as I boogie on down. I'm a pop machine. I'm a pop machine. A boogie baby. I'm a pop machine. I'm a pop machine. A boogie baby. Wanna rock, but I know pop. And when the dust comes down, it gets me turning around. You wanna rock, but I know pop. And when the dust comes down, it gets me turning around. Disco, rock, disco, disco.
Stop what you're doing. Get in the moment. Yeah, you can do it. Stop what you're doing. Get in the moment. Yeah, you can do it. Stop what you're doing. Get in the moment.
Hey, thank you very much for waiting on the broadcast and welcome your beautiful faces back for the next game. It's going to be on Erangel. We had an awesome Erangel game earlier. We had an awesome Miramar game that just happened.
Man.
Team Queso is storming in and taking all the quesadillas home.
Quesadillas, you mean?
Winner, winner, quesadillas dinner.
What I do think is kind of coincidental is the fact that we had the profile and the showcase of Team Queso, and then they kind of ended up winning that last game. It's just kind of like something to, you know, like I don't necessarily believe in fate or it was meant to be, but it kind of feels like it was meant to be. But this is the standings after 9 games. XQuest, Purple Mood, Top Esports, All Rejection Gaming, and Team Queso get into that 5th place spot. But it's not secured, right? Because Omen Elite are quickly behind them. Pittsburgh Knights are quickly behind them. MVM, RG Star are definitely close by. Team Queso, they're not out of the woods just yet.
Just a snap of a finger and everything
Yeah,
could change
exactly.
so fast. Just close your eyes and you just might miss it. It's just a few kills away. So now these teams, they have to be super on top of their game. Any mistake is going to be super punished in the next upcoming games. We have Erangel ×2 and we have also Vikendi. This is going to be very important for this team to be in the right mindset to take these 100%. Ones home.
So let's have a kind of bit of a look of what teams we think can still have a chance from an actual technical point of view. As far as I know, anybody from Team IND upwards has a chance because Team IND are 47 points behind. So that is the guts of, you know, 1 chicken dinner and kills, right? Maybe chicken dinner and a half. So they do technically have a chance. I don't think Team Top have a chance at qualifying because they're about
it's an extra 20 points
it's
behind
an extra
IND.
21 points. So it would require the biggest choke of Team Queso, Omen Elite, and Pittsburgh Knights, and the strongest performance, XQuest style level of performances from Team Top in the final 3 games.
It's not impossible. I would love to have an underdog story like that and just be able to come back, but it just seems extremely unlikely at this point in time. Not taking any away from them, but
of course
they just got to try and be a little bit consistent and just like consistent in the very high tiers, like getting chicken dinner every single game from here on out.
And what I do like is that we kind of, within reason, we had kind of dismissed, not officially, but we kind of, the focus hadn't been so much on the Indian teams of Team IND and Indian Tigers, whereas now with the evolution of games that they've put through and we've seen glimpses of strong performances, that, yeah, they're within sniffing distance. They are much closer than we saw them yesterday.
When you think about it, it's only 3 games away to know which of the top 5 teams will be actually going over to the global finals next weekend.
That's going to be a different beast.
Close. The stakes are so high. And these teams, once again, have to be extra careful, extra focused. And the average kill leaders, Paraboy, always up there, 3.4. It's always going down just a little bit, but the average is still pretty high. Like 3.4 average kills per game.
For one player?
That's insane.
That's pretty good.
My
That's-
average on
that's
my
pretty
personal games are like 10, but no, I prefer casting, so I don't play.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
not a pro player.
9.9,
Yes.
9.9 of those kills are bots.
You know what you're talking about. Okay.
But the head-to-head between Paraboy and Zooms.
Oh,
Lollipop, man.
Give him a lollipop, he'll do anything you want.
That's it. Like, look, I'm sorry,
just
but look
know
at
he's
that
up to trouble.
Look at that facial expression. That is a man that has mischief on his mind, right? Whether it's on the battlefield or off the battlefield, he's ready to have some fun, and it's paying off.
People say that is the face you see before you die.
Okay, geez, that was a bit morbid.
I know. I mean, I like it.
Okay,
Anything.
okay.
Then you got Paraboy on the left. Look
Yeah,
at that. 9 matches, 3.4 kill average. The damage average is about 800. And he's just completely smashing it out of the park so far. Definitely one of the top players. Not team, but players in this entire prelim set. Maybe even in the global stage, he's going to be one of the top players out there. Because let's not forget, they're the second best team of their prelims.
And they are, but like, I want to focus, and that's the thing, like, look at Scout Top. He's lying third place on the average damage per game from Team IND. What that says to me is that shows that they can get the damage, they can get the work done, and they're not afraid to find their opponents. It just hasn't really gone their way.
হ্যালো
in the
ফ্রেন্ডস,
games,
আমি আরেকবার ফিরে
especially
এসেছি।
day one, of
আশা
course,
করি
as
আপনারা
I
ভালো আছেন।
highlighted.
আপনাদের
Day
সবাইকে
two
স্বাগত
has
জানাচ্ছি
definitely been
আমাদের
much
চ্যানেল
better for the likes of
টপ 10
Team
ফ্যাক্টস ইন
IND.
বেঙ্গলি
You can see a
ইউটিউব
big
চ্যানেলে।
difference between day 1 and day 2.
বন্ধুরা,
especially,
আজকে
as I
একটি
said,
খুব
Team Kessler. I
অদ্ভুত
said that
টাইপের
earlier,
জিনিস
I'm gonna again
নিয়ে এসেছি। এই
change
ভিডিওটি
their
করার
playstyle.
উদ্দেশ্য
They're very
একদম
humble team, and that
সিম্পল
means that they're
রয়েছে
able to go
যে
over their
$1
mistakes they did on game 1
মাত্র
and say,
$1 বা
okay,
ইন্ডিয়ান
what
রুপি
do we
যদি
have?
কনভার্ট করা হয় সেটা
Exactly.
70 টাকার মতন হচ্ছে।
And it works
সেই
out great.
70
They have
টাকাতে
been always on the top section,
বিদেশে
the top half
আমাদের
of the
দেশে বলছি না,
standings. They got
বিদেশে
their
আপনি
first
কি কি
chicken dinner of
পারচেস
this
করতে
entire
পারবেন।
prelims
তো দেশ
session,
ওয়াইজ
and they are
প্রত্যেকটা দেশের
looking for more.
অর্থনীতি
They are
আলাদা থাকে
hungry
এবং
for
তাদের
kills, and
প্রত্যেকটা
they are
দেশেরই
hungry for wins to
$1
try and
মধ্যে
get
কি
in
কি
that
কেনা
top
যেতে
5.
পারে সেটা নিয়ে আজকের
As
এই
you said
প্রতিবেদনটি।
before the break,
তো আশা করি আপনাদের এই
Erangel,
প্রতিবেদনটি ভালো
Vikendi,
লাগবে
Erangel.
এবং এটার
I'm looking
সেকেন্ড
forward
পার্ট
to
খুব তাড়াতাড়ি আমি
Vikendi
আনতে
as
চলেছি। তো
I
এই
kind of,
ভিডিওটির নিচে ডেসক্রিপশনে সেকেন্ড
you
পার্টটা
know,
যখন হয়ে যাবে আমি
said,
অ্যাড করে দেবো।
well,
তো চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে নেবেন
it's the
সেকেন্ড
one I
পার্টটিও দেখার
played
জন্য।
least
যদি এই ভিডিওটা দেখার পরে
personally,
আপনার নিজের দেশ সম্বন্ধে বা
but I
নিজের
also
লোকালিটি
appreciate it
সম্বন্ধে কিছু
because
ভালো কিছু পাওয়া যায়
it is a
সেটা শেয়ার করতে চান তাহলে নিচে
completely
কমেন্টসে
different-
শেয়ার
once
করে
again,
দেবেন
it requires
এবং
a
ভিডিওটিকে
completely
লাইক
different
করবেন
strategy
এবং ভিডিওটিকে
to
আপনার
all of
ফ্রেন্ডসদের
these
সঙ্গে
maps.
শেয়ার করে দেবেন।
You
তো
know,
চলুন
like
শুরু
you
করা
could
যাক।
say that
আমি
with
অভিজিৎ,
the
আপনারা
reason
দেখছেন টপ 10 ফ্যাক্টস ইন
Sanhok
বেঙ্গলি।
and Erangel
চলুন
are
শুরু করছি।
kind of similar, except Sanhok is a lot smaller.
লিস্টে সর্বপ্রথম যে
Miramar
নামটি
is as
রয়েছে
big
সেটি
as
হলো
Erangel,
আরেপা।
but
আরেপার
a
পুরো
different
নাম
play
হচ্ছে
style because
আরেপা
it's in the
কনকুয়েসো।
desert. Whereas Vikendi,
এটি
I
একটি
think, is just it
corn
shifts
milk cake
completely away
with
from a
cheese।
strategy point of view.
আর এটিকে আপনি
And if you know about it a little bit more, it means that you can get a much
ভারতীয়
stronger
মুদ্রায়
result.
জেলার করে
ஒரு சம்பவம் வந்துட்டு இந்தியாவில் really good to see actually act again.
চায়নায় গিয়ে একবার
And that's the thing, like, we see
চায়নায় গিয়ে
we've seen the play, and I'm expecting something even greater, something I want to see.
কয়েকটা করে স্লাইস আপনি
What happened?
এবং মাত্র
आज TikTok बैन हो गया।
निकालते
I'm sorry. Excuse phone saving control. Camera training going
Because within reason, you know, so many
You can get one.
பிடிச்சவங்களா இருந்தாலும் சரி பிடிக்காதவங்களா இருந்தாலும் சரி இப்போ நம்ம கையில வீடியோ போன் இருக்கிறது
मुझे एक बीमारी हो गई है। क्या बीमारी हो गई है? सोने के बाद नींद नहीं आती, खाने के बाद भूख नहीं लगती, काम करूँ तो थक जाता हूँ, मैं बैठकर ठीक हो जाऊंगी।
Hello? Come on, children. My happy.
I love you. मेरी कट हो गई और भी है
कौन है?
अल्ट्रा स्लिम ड्यूनेक्स जीन्स पॉकेट पैकर हर पॉकेट में फिट यार ताकि आप रहें हमेशा तैयार
ஈவன் பாகிஸ்தானா இருக்கட்டும் ஈவன் இந்தியாவா இருக்கட்டும் ஜஸ்ட் அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் கேஷ்னு ஒரு தனி நாடாவே வேணா கொடுத்துடலாம் அவங்க நிம்மதியா இருப்பாங்கன்னு தோணுது அந்த வீடியோ பார்த்ததுதான் ரொம்பவே வந்துட்டு கஷ்டமான விஷயம் தான் ஈவன் நாங்கள் அதை அப்லோட் பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்லி பிளான் பண்ணியிருந்தோம் அப்புறம் மெட்டீரியல் வந்துட்டு சொன்ன அட்வைஸுக்காக வந்து என்ன பண்ணலாம்னு தோணும் சரி தேவையில்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணிச்சு ஈவன் இந்த வீடியோ போடுறது கூடமே வந்துட்டு இதை பத்தி பேசவே வேணாம் ஜஸ்ட் இக்னோர் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடலாம்ன்ற மாதிரி தான் ஒரு கன்சிடரேஷன் போயிட்டு இருந்துச்சு
He's
it's okay, fine. We have to say something
what Team KSR are
just
kind of
video
looking
போடுற மாதிரி
for
ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷனுக்குள்ள போயிட்டு
they're looking to kind of stay on the coastal area and make their way into
தனியா பச்சி நீங்க இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணனும்னு சொல்லிட்டு என்ன
the military
பண்றாங்க
base as quickly as possible. That's common sense, but the fear is that a lot of teams did drop around the west side of the map and they've got to do it early, right? You know, yes, we see them just spawning out the likes of teams. A lot of fear about teams that the majority of their players actually you know, they're not going to be able to survive.
5 little ducks were swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mommy duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mommy duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mommy duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mommy duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mommy duck said quack, 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 but no little duck came swimming back. No little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Daddy duck said quack, 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 and all the 5 little ducks came back.
Yay! Super stoked to have a second team in there. So let's go over eSport as they go
Ball.
new game on ranking.
Yeah, like that's the
वो बहुत छोटा है हाँ थोड़ा धीरे से हाँ धीरे से
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack, quack here and a quack, quack there. Here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack, quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there. Here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on
he had some cows. E-I-E-I-O. With a moo moo here and a moo moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some dogs. E-I-E-I-O. With a woof woof here and a woof woof there. Here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a woof woof. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some cats. E-I-E-I-O. With a meow meow here and a meow meow there. Here a meow, there a meow, everywhere a meow meow. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had some horses. E-I-E-I-O. With a neigh neigh here and a neigh neigh there. Here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh neigh. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
I think I've never seen this many players and what spot. As so, we're just in gaming. Gonna have one member of Omen, that is Zute, gonna take a few shots, but nothing quite connecting for the time being. And he is split away from his team. I do not know where they are, but that doesn't seem like a scout because he is in a compound on his own. So I would recommend to just maybe avoid giving your location away this early on and just stay prone. Give information. That's all you have to do as a scout, just give in information.
Yeah, true, but not only are they trying to be a scout, but they're trying to get into a circle themselves. They're trying to also make their way closer to military base. We look over at the side of RG. They have Milta. They have somewhat of an easy access to military base, and something that they need to be aware of is that most likely, as we look at them, there's going to be a team bridge camping, and that is right now beside the team top.
Alice on that front line there in the bridge. She's going to be the first line of defense in case someone does try to get in that military base. Let's try and hope the best for them. That was uncalled for, Cat Squad, but okay, all good. Team IND, another bridge camper. All the bridge campers are here right now. But here it is, finding opportunities. They do flush away that kill on top of Kurt Squad. Kurt Squad, I think now they have the information, because one of their members died. Maybe try and find another way across that bridge, because they're not going to let you through, especially with those mid to long range weapons such as the Mini 14.
Look at IND. They hold a lot of good angles. They hold an angle to kind of the west side. They hold an angle straight ahead. They even hold an angle to the facing the east side of this bridge. And it's just so calculated. It's great kind of composure coming out from Team IND, even in the early stages. And it's going to allow them to get as many chances at getting kills as possible and stopping these teams from moving on through.
As we do pan over back to Kerr Squad on their quest to try and actually storm over Area 51, aka military base. They're going to get stopped for just a little bit longer. Maybe just go back, find another way over. Maybe like Team Secret, what they did to actually get back over. As Team Secret, they're still trying to get around. They're still swimming since earlier. They still have no weapons.
True, but now they're pinched though. Now they've left it too long because they're pinched by the likes of Nova Monster and X-Quest. So it's really not looking good for Kurt Squad, in fairness, in this military base finish of game 10 as Team Secret. They did find a boat.
They're getting trolled.
They're trolling each other.
Just like my dad with the car, like get in a car and he would go forward, then again.
Stop.
Oh, nice. There it is. They got 4 members in that boat right there. They're going to try and move on through back to military base, try to give it some loot finally.
Like, we've seen this phase 2. It's still inside the mainland, but it's still also heavily inside military base. So I'm 95% sure it's a military base finish. This next circle will most likely shift heavily southwards, but it could still shift up northwards between Nova and the military base main area. You could see a bit of a kind of a northeast shift up and still keeping the water in between mainland and military base inside the circle.
If it goes over to farm, this is going to be epic bamboozle time. All these teams are going to get so surprised. They started rotating like, okay, this is probably going to be military base, but it could happen. We saw insane shifts yesterday in Purim, and it was never said it was going to be military base at 100%, but it could be the case. Team Kesso pulling off a Team Secret, swimming their way across over to the mainland of military base. They will be there very shortly, and as you can see right now, a few teams on the outside. It's also Team Omen on the very high section. I think they might be anticipating in case a shift goes north and trying to have a good position. Same for Purple Mood.
See, here's the thing, like Omen Elite, we've seen them go like deep outside the circle, even into Blue Zone to get into a safe part. Like they should have gone to Mill the Power and gotten a boat around there and then accessed, you know, but maybe there isn't going to be a boat there, so it's kind of like they find themselves stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I was just about to say, Kurd Squad, a few of their members seem to have made it a little bit closer. They're not quite there yet. They are using these cars for their extra protection. 2 angles of fire applied actually by Team IND, one on the side of the bridge and one right in front of them. They really can't make it. It's just, this is going to be like a little bit of a Mexican standoff. It's going to take a lot of time before it actually ends. And Omen just, one of the members, okay, Memo.
Memo's just checking the cliff for deterioration.
Is the cliff working? What's going?
Well, yeah, like you know, because of you know, global warming, got to make sure that it's not kind of deteriorating too much. But
don't litter. That's what we have to say.
Pretty much.
Not much really going on right now. A few teams trying to make it through, but the gate, like Team IND, last time it did gatekeep that bridge, they gave it over to X-Quest. They were trying to storm on through, they didn't really quite get it, and they just left because the circle was applying enough pressure on them, and they kind of gave up really easily. But this time, it seemed like they might actually be rotating away, or they're actually looking to engage because they did get a knock on top of Naruto. Ibra is the last member remaining.
किसान भाइयों नमस्कार मैं हूं अनिल कुमार त्यागी
Don't think that's going to work out. I think there might be one in the storm. There it is. They're coming forward, looking for an engage on top of Ibra.
Okay, this makes sense because remember the last time they were camping bridge and they put a team under pressure. That was X-Quest F. They let them go and they paid the price. So it makes sense for them to try and secure those kills and secure the squad wipe, and it means they can then move on forward.
Ibra, here it is, the grenade coming on through, shut down by Scout OP. Cat Squad out in 15th position. They were potentially having a little bit of glimmer of hope at some point today, but it just seems that one was taken away, and I think it's safe to assume that we will not be seeing them next weekend. But you never know, once again, until it's over, it is not over.
One thing we haven't really talked about too much is the Formia. They got into military base, and they have stayed where they are for quite a while, which is a great position because it's on the hills overlooking military base, but you also get great vision of the western side bridge, and you also get a bit of a scout of the road path heading into military base.
Cool boy with some bolt action, put an AA instantly flushed away, taking one member of Nova Monster Shield away, and now seems like they might want to storm that little compound. They got the man advantage 4v3, seems like a good plan. Let's freaking go. Sort of see how that one will be going in the near future. Team IND did get knock actually. Trance putting it on the ground, only has that tree as pure protection. He's in an open area. I don't think his team can really help him out unless they use some utility at this stage, which I would not really recommend, unless they're sure that they want to actually commit to that.
Well, that's Team Queso kind of coming in and go, well, you know what? It's the edge of the circle, but we see people. We won the last game. We got winner chicken dinner. So we're feeling confident. But now this is X-Quest
Welcome to
Nova
Rapid
Monster Shield
I'm Shahida
going
Khan,
toe-to-toe.
and I'm the founder of Rapid
against each
Science
other.
Tech, and this is our
A little bit of
YouTube channel.
spray action with that. AKM not having much really
We have
done.
mainly
Extra
three
set another. They
objectives
have the Mini 14. They have
to
so
our
many
YouTube
long-range
channel.
weapons that is just so good at this
The
stage of the
first
game,
one
especially when you're
is to
storming compounds from a
military
distance.
base.
You have
Build the
some
community.
members to just jump in, and also
So we
military
already
base. Yeah,
have some,
just some jump in,
tutorials on
be your main
latest
carriage, your main
technologies,
line of offense,
like,
and then you just have people in the back
blockchain
line, and if they ever
in
come out of the
hyperledger
compound, just
composer.
shoot them down. Easy kills right there.
Or the ERP
So what I
revisions
like
in
about
SAP,
Team Queso
like
is
S4HANA,
they kind of realized
IBP,
we weren't really
integrated
going to win
planning,
that squad
and
fight.
many
It
more.
is near the bridge. There's a
And I
chance
hope in
that we
future
could
we'll come with more
expose ourselves.
tutorials
Let's
on
just
latest
make our way down
technologies.
south. Occupy the,
So students
circle,
and the
the edge of
professionals
it.
can-
And what is this next phase going to show up? It's still military base, but like I predicted, it shifted northwards and the water is still involved. So that means the next phase is definitely going to shift southwards. And the Formula, they're looking in a strong position.
They're looking pretty damn good. Same for Team IND. I think it's safe to assume it's not going to be military base ending, but military island ending is going to be in between the river and the military base. That means that in that area, there's not too much to work with. It's just pretty much a hill going down to the river. And that means that the teams that are going to be a little bit closer to military base can actually rotate and apply way more pressures to the team down below, up to the north of the map. So if you're able to anticipate that shift, you got a really good opportunity of winning this one. Like Team Deformia, look at that, just staying on their position, look, doing really well. Team Nova, they're trying to go through the water. What have these teams got with swimming today?
Yeah, man. You know,
It's good exercise. He's not swimming full on, he's freaking dead.
He's swimming with the fishes now.
Yeah. He found Nemo, I hear.
Okay, wow. Okay. What about SpongeBob? Do you find SpongeBob?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Big references for you gamers out there.
Uh,
PLM, they are now still trying to rotate inwards. It seems like they saw the shift. They're going to try and get a good position ASAP. That's a good shot call to have right now. Team Top, they haven't moved since earlier. There's no reason to. I mean, they got a really good building to work with. It's really easy to defend. You got a really good open field to work with. A few rows in case teams are rotating inland. So just to defend it, that aerial view, especially with long-range weapons, is just going to go completely their way.
Like, if I were Team Queso, I would actually go into military base.
Okay, Team
And
Queso.
I would occupy one of the three buildings that are kind of at the kind of front of military base, because as I said, this next circle shift, in my opinion, it has to go southwards because it's gonna be phase 4. We know that phase 4 cannot involve water.
Definitely, that's what happens at phase 4. Is just going to try and shift away mainly land. That's what they're looking for here. Team Top been a little bit split right now, doing a 2-2 split, trying to apply pressure on Purple Mood. Now they have the information. Maybe they want to try and regroup because they've got a nice little bit of terrain. They can easily defend this area if they want to try and harass Purple Mood. And because Purple Mood, they're between that little mountain and also the water, which is extremely flat, having a low amount of protection. So if they want to take a fight against them, this is their prime opportunity.
Max, it's like these games are just really keeping it tense. It's like PUBG Mobile just know what we want. Like, we're 20 minutes in and we still have 51 players live. We still have 14 teams. That's like crazy. And we're heading into phase 4.
Just about to get there. So we're close to 1/3. And we have an AWM getting picked up by the one and only Deformia. And I talked about it, if they get the high land,
yeah,
if they can use that on the high ground and apply pressure on the teams lower down, AWM is going to find itself to be extremely useful for their side. They need good games. They need to show up right now because they haven't been doing so great so far. That is going to maybe change the course of their game.
Of course. I definitely don't think they have a chance of getting into the top 5, but if they end on a chicken dinner, even a second place or a third place with those kills, it kind of, within reason, will help them justify them being here a little bit more. Even though they 100% deserve to be here and they worked hard to get here for a reason, but within themselves, you know, you want to end on a bit of a high, even if it has been a bit disappointing. So that's what they're looking to do.
Nova Monster Shields, then you have 2 members still up and running, still in the water, not able to get on land quite yet. There's no one around, so Carrie is fine. I can't see where their other member is, though. I can't quite spot him right now, but here it is. The circle's closing on through. Where's it going to be? It is indeed going to be between the water and military base. It's going to be a military island finish. And 3 teams are looking pretty good. Still, that rotation is so easy for Deformia. They can just rotate a little bit on the right, and they are good to go.
Yeah, like, it definitely surprised me that it was so much of a shift to the east side. I did think that military base would still be included, but either way, it is a bit of an opening for these teams to storm the compound as quickly as people are storming Area 51, Maxon.
Careful there. The Knights of Pittsburgh. Do you have one knock on Team Secret?
Hello friends,
There we
welcome
go.
to our channel.
Had a good time. And they are pretty low. We're down to around half HP. And be very cautious.
And that kill was stolen by Top Esports on the side. That way, now we do see Team Secret knocking down a member of Team Top. That's AKM. That does put the side of Team Top, I believe, down to 2 players left in this Orango game.
Oh, that grenade. That grenade, how's it going to work out? He cooks the grenade up. Didn't really get up there, but here it is. A nice little ball spray puts Alice on the ground. She is done for now. Alex doing some work, storming them on his own. He is the last member remaining of Team Secret, but that will not be quite enough because Team Knights, they want to get involved. They want a piece of that chicken, and they're just going to be stealing that kill away.
Well, they also, within reason, kept Team Top kind of alive for a little bit longer. However, will they kind of go, okay, well, we helped you, but now we're going to take it away from you? As the side of All Rejection Gaming, they know that Team Queso are across the road. They're not looking in the strongest of positions right now, Maxman.
But Team Queso, they had a 2-2 split. 2 members on the compound on the left of that fight, and then you have 2 members that were behind that fence. They were getting a little bit under pressure. But if they're able to really try and split that focus, they could potentially try and turn it around. But they do have 2 of their members in a really, really bad spot. They've got to be very cautious of their next move and how they execute it. As you move, we saw earlier also RG, they were just joining the fight where there was Pittsburgh's Team Secret and Team Top. They just avoided everything. They're like, okay, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. And they just went through, got themselves in a safe location for the circle.
They were pulling out with John Cena. You can't see me. Yeah, so Team Top, they're staying alive. They got help on the side of Pittsburgh Knights in taking out Team Secret. We're having 13 players left down to 44 players as we hit the 24.5-minute mark, and now the frags are going to start flying out. Zute gets taken out. Memo is going to be kept going in this game along with Outsider.
Parking here is not allowed, says PLM, but here it is. Top Esports, they're getting sprayed to the ground. Wi-Fi doing a 1v3 clutch. Not getting the last kill, but still doing an insane amount of work for his team. They take the card just in case, just overkill, but to look extra cool in the process. Or Rejection Gaming in the distance now. They will be fighting up against the Pittsburgh's Knights. Wi-Fi, those shots are pretty juicy for ARG, but still the circle moving against them. They just have a few minutes up for themselves, so they're going to do a move pretty fast.
Oh, J7 doing a lot of work, but ends up getting knocked down from Iapis on All Rejection Gaming. But the revives are going to come out. They're looking to try and keep Pittsburgh Knights as a 5-man team. The smoke grenade came out from Jagger. We saw him pull out a performance in the 1-man army to save his team's overall standings in the first Orango game. Let's see if as a 4-man squad they can do something better.
I'm sure they can, Imperium. Hector Steph, Jimmy He's the last member on their side because they died earlier when they were trying to storm that bridge. It is the Formula, though, doing a really weird move, just rushing in that building when they sure will know that Team IND was around the corner. Omen also going to be clashing back and forth on Elise from Team Top. And it's just not looking too good for them. They still have a few members up and running. But now here it is, a clash of Indian Tigers and Team Deformia. They're going to lose one of their first members for Deformia. And back in the window, they get the information. He's so low right now. He has the UMP. Can he turn it around? That will not be the case. It will be taken out. Deformia out in 12th position.
Oh, man. Feels bad, man. They're not having a good preliminary finals. It's a shame because they have not showed the strongest of performance. What we know they can pull out, but either way, such is life as this game does continue on. 10 teams left, 28 players alive.
Jimmy, everything was happening around him. So many teams died right there. But he's like, okay, I'm fine, I'm chilling. I'm in my building. I'm in the Harry Potter tower and just taking the time of my life. He is the last member once again of X-Quest. He's got to try his very best to try and sneak his way in. And there's so much potential. There's grass, rocks, trees everywhere. He can get in those last standing positions.
All the while, Indian Tigers occupied center circle, and they're like, hey, look, you know what? You guys come to us, we'll take you out. You guys come to us, we take you out. One thing to point out, though, is that as we look at the circle ourselves, we see that there is a road split once again inside the circle. So is it going to be north side of the road? Is it going to be south side of the road?
One player that's definitely going south is Outsider. He is in a dear situation, not in the circle. He does a lot of damage in this phase 5, so he's probably gone for now. And Pittsburgh's going to try and rush on through. There it is. Indian Tigers and Omen. Memo trying to do some work. Prince gets the information. He did knock him down. But I'm not too sure if he can actually make it work out. He's trying to cook up this grenade. He has information in the building up ahead. Going to throw it through the building there. I do not think it's going to work out there. They got in the really small shack at the very end. Puts a smoke out to try and maybe give himself a potential rotation output. There it is. Jimmy, though, it's Team Kesso. He's clashing back and forth, but Jimmy, unfortunately, one-man army against Team Kesso, not quite going to work out, especially after the last performance on their side. But that grenade! Holy smokes! It was holy grenade.
Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better, as well as the fact that X-Quest got eliminated. Omen Lee have gotten eliminated. We are suddenly down to 6 teams with 19 players left alive maximum. You have Indian Tigers, you have Nova Monster Shield, you have RG Star, you have Purple Moon, Team Queso, and
सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए सब्सक्राइब बटन पर क्लिक करें, साथ ही बेल बटन दबाना। दिवस मनाया जाता है। सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए सब्सक्राइब बटन पर क्लिक करें साथ में बेल बटन दबाना ना भूलें
आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषं रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशिवेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहम् पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां
Team Purple Mood on the move right now to actually secure more chicken dinners and overtaking Team X Quest. They're very close to do that.
They're blasting off at the speed of light.
Oh, we go again.
But you know, like such a good performance from them. So strong, so confident, and like that's the thing. Like, you know, X Quest came in as favorites. Yeah, they've 100%. They kind of lived up to that favorite. But man, Purple Mood, team from Southeast Asia region, just really fighting them tooth and nail, saying, okay, look, you may have gotten 3 chicken dinners out of the first 4 games, but that doesn't matter because we're now 10 games in and we're on top of you.
Because even with less chicken dinners than Team X Quest, their consistency and their point averages is actually high on the long run. And when X Quest have a bad game, they die out really early on or in the mid-game stage. Whereas when Purple Mood, they're always in like these top standing positions, and that's the reason why they can overtake X Quest, which is the reason why they did overtake X Quest.
Not once, but now twice. See, that's the thing. So it's not like, it's not like it's the first time it's happened. It's kind of like they overtook them after game 1. They lost it, and then they've now kind of climbed it back. As I said, you know, like, in the Indian Tigers, they had a fantastic game. Hopefully that will put them a lot closer to the top 5. As I said, the teams are kind of in around the top 5 between Queso, Pittsburgh Knights, and Home Elite. They didn't have the strongest game. We did see, unfortunately, RJAK taking down Marco on the side of Team Queso. But yeah, it's that winner, that moment came out. That dab from Zoom. It just shows the personality and the fun that they're having up on that stage.
I said it yesterday, but only Lollipop guy is allowed to dab in 2019. If you do it, I'm calling the police right now. 911, what's your emergency? Results right now. The last team standings, Kurd Squad once... Yeah, no, okay. Kurd Squad struggle right now. And I think it's safe to assume that it's the end for them. Team Secret in the water for way too long. And they did end up at the deep section of the map.
So as we look at first place to 8th place of match 10, Purple Mood, 30 points, 11 kill points. That's the thing, even though we didn't really talk about them that much, and even though they played safe, again, they're not afraid to frag out, they're not afraid to get those kills, and getting a 41-point first place finish is not too bad at all. Indian Tigers, 2nd place, 6 kills, 28-point game on their side. Brilliantly done.
I'm sure all of India was supporting them at that moment, just screaming, Indian Tigers, freaking let's go. But the circle shifted away, and that was just unfortunate. But still, until that point, no mistakes. Just also, really by the book kind of gameplay.
In fairness, my humble apologies in terms of when I mentioned that the likes of Pittsburgh Knights didn't have the strongest game. In fairness, they finished 3rd place overall.
Yeah.
I just kind of slightly forgot about them because they weren't in the final 3 teams, but they'd fragged out pretty well to the point where with the placement points they have gotten 3rd place overall in that match 10, so that should put them a lot stronger in the mix of the top 5.
As you can see, Team IND, one of their top players, damage dealers, Scout OP, 823 damage. That's because they were keeping that bridge under control. They were top damage dealers and also top kills, I do believe, because they were just holding that bridge in so efficiently and for so long that every team was trying to get into Military Island, they just stopped them right out of the gate.
Yeah, stopped them right out of the gate indeed. So we look at the head-to-head between CZ and Wi-Fi. That's the thing, like, you know, Wi-Fi from Pittsburgh Knights, he got 4 kills and he did nearly 600 damage, you know, and over on the side of CZ, like, of Purple Mood, very similar stats.
The distance, though, that has been taken over by both of these players. 14k distance and 13k for Wi-Fi.
Damn boy.
That is just, they've been rotating here and there because they also dropped so far away from these locations, especially Purple Mood. They dropped that very high north and they had to go very down south. So they were on an epic adventure throughout the entirety of this Erangel game.
Exactly, and then we look at the head-to-head between Purple Mood and Indian Tigers. Like 11 kills, as I said, from Purple Mood. 1,841 damage, 41 match points. Again, Indian Tigers, over 1,000 damage, 6 kills. Not afraid to frag out and securing themselves 28 points in this match 10.
Definitely, that's a really nice feat for this Indian team. They have been slowly showing up, but I think it might be a little bit too late. Like, we only have 2 more games to go after this. One on the Kendi, one over Angle. We need a miracle. A miracle can be a double chicken dinner in a row. Let's hope they can try and pull that one off. It would definitely be a very nice feat to see on this broadcast. Then the other head-to-head is going to be Nova Monster Shield. Did happen to be 3rd position. Overall, they only had 1 moment of glory. That was when they took that chicken dinner away from Purple Mood on Erangel, game 4, I do believe it was. And no, game 2, sorry, I apologize for that one. Game 2 on the day 1. And they've really, really struggled since then, and they haven't got really good performances, so they need to step it up on the 2 last games.
They do. Like, when I say a lot of teams need to step it up, I say there's only 2 games left, so you only have 2 more chances. You're only going to have those kind of 2 sets of circle finishes, 2 kind of, you know, in-game moments that are really going to, you know, give yourself the opportunity to get as many points as possible. And with so many points to play for and these teams so close on the leaderboard, every moment is going to count.
Every moment is about to count as we're just going to be jumping into Vikendi in just a few short minutes. So you know what? Get your covers, get yourself ready, get your hot chocolate. We'll be going on a very, very short break, but don't leave the broadcast because down below during the break you have a little bit of a code, and if you do use that, you can maybe get yourself some epic gamer swag into Vainglory. Into PUBG Mobile. I just mixed up games right there. But it's all good. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a very, very few short minutes.
Lag and poor connections slowing you down? Speed up with Net Turbo and Center Turbo. Up your game with the Vivo V15 series. Vivo.
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Anytime, anywhere. There is a better choice.
We just try to live get better, and we get stronger. We get better, and we just try to live. We just try to live. We get better, and we get stronger. We get better, and we just try to live. We just try to live. We get better, and we get stronger. We get better, and we get.
It's one good day to eat a lollipop. That's just what I have to say. Purple Mood on the run with 2 chicken dinners today, and they're overtaking the team of XQuest, and they're trying to keep that position under their control.
Of course, and like, again, it's moments like this that make these kind of events so memorable. Of course, the whole thing is amazing, and the production and the teams arriving, but it's that personality moments, it's those little kind of situations where players are just able to show their personality despite the language barrier, and the Lollipop Man has been the standout moment. He is the MVP. Talk about MVP. Purple Mood right now, as you said, holding the top of the leaderboard with 2 games left.
7 points. That's the only thing that's the only difference between these two teams. So it's just so close. Any mistake, any kill is going to have a huge impact for both of these teams to be in the #1 position in the current standings. But Top Esports, that is what I'm surprised to see. They made it back in 5th position over Omen Elite and Pittsburgh Knights.
I'm kind of curious as to who lost out, because Team Queso find themselves in... Actually, no, sorry, yeah. Team Queso have actually moved themselves up to 4th. Yeah, so they've actually secured a couple of extra points. Pittsburgh Knights, who had a great game, they've moved up to 6th. Omen Elite, they've dropped down to 8th, but let's be honest. there's really little to no points difference. Like one strong game with 2 games left will find yourself kind of shot up there. So there's really kind of lots to play for as we see the head-to-head between Top Esports and Pittsburgh Knights.
Vivo, even this graphic showed up. I was like, Top Esports, they've been getting so many kills. That must be the reason why they're up there. They got 45 kills until right now. That's an insane amount. So Top Esports definitely on the run to try and get in that top 5. They got it. They were behind Pittsburgh Knights and Omen, and they just stormed back in. There was only 2 games remaining. If that's not clutch play, I don't know what it is.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I said to kind of talk a little bit about kind of Team Queso a tiny bit more. Like, I said that they were going to be the dark horses coming into this tournament, coming into preliminary finals, and yeah, they haven't dominated, but to be in 4th place, it's just really a strong thing. So we look at the average kill leaders. Powerboy, it's dropped down to 3.2, but you know what? There's nothing to be sniffed at.
Having 3.2 kill average at this stage of the game after 10 games, that is still a huge feat. Definitely not something to overlook. You can be extremely proud, Powerboy, for having these kind of stats. Also, Coolboy, not pretty far behind with 1.9, still pretty decent stats overall. But look at these teams. Purple Mood, they have 2 members, ZooMS and Jasper. 2.0 at the exact same amount of points and averages overall. And they're just going with the lead.
Now we look at the damage leader of average per game. Once again, average boy.
Average boy.
I mean,
that could be his new name.
That's more than average boy.
High average boy.
Yeah, high average boy. Powerboy and Coolboy holding out 1st and 2nd overall, 7-3-4 and 5-2-7 respectfully. And then following in 3rd place is Scout Top from Team IND with 501 damage per game average.
Because he has been one of the members that's been always... he's been the main sniper on those these bridge focuses moves. And that's where he's got most of the damage, is because he was just pushing the teams back every single time they were trying to get on military base or any other island on these maps. And here it is. You can see the 2 last games. We're arriving to a closure very, very soon, Imperium. I am feeling extremely sad, but we got to go on through with the action. Mackenzie's going to be the next drop-in location.
Don't want it to end, man. I don't want it to end.
I don't want to leave.
It has to.
I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
We have to find what 5 teams are going to make it to the global finals next week. We have to find out what teams are going to be facing off against the likes of Nova Esports, the likes of Unique Team, the likes of Elite Esports as well as Space Station, and the very, very well-loved Team Soul from India, who are going to be looking to dominate the global finals next week.
They're looking at this footage, they're like, oh, I see 2 teams that are going to be really good enemies to play up against. The level of gameplay, once again, as you mentioned since earlier, next weekend, you do not want to miss out on that. If you play PUBG Mobile, if you enjoy the esports scene of PUBG Mobile, you do not want to miss what's going to happen and unfold under your very eyes next weekend on Saturday and Sunday here in Berlin for the global stage.
It's so exciting, of course, from my own point of view. Zooms. Like, come on, I honestly, I want to have a bit of a drink with that guy, to be honest. I don't know what age he is, but somewhat of a legal drink. But in spite of that, we're going to have a bit of a spotlight on to the side of Purple Mood, so enjoy.
สวัสดีครับผมชื่ออั๋นครับผมชื่อในเกมชื่อ Jasper มาจากทีม Purple Mood Esports จากไทยแลนด์ครับผมทำไมพวกเราถึงมาอยู่ที่นี่ก็เพราะว่าพวกเราเนี่ยพยายามที่จะผ่านเข้าสู่รอบแกรนด์ไฟนอลให้ได้ที่เบอร์ลินโดยที่พวกเราเนี่ยพยายามอย่างหนักไม่ว่าจะเป็นทั้งลีกที่ไทยลีกที่จีนแล้วก็ทั้งที่อินโดนีเซียครับผมทัวร์นาเมนต์นี้นะครับมีความสำคัญกับพวกเรามากครับเพราะว่าเป็นทัวร์นาเมนต์ที่ใหญ่ที่สุดตั้งแต่พวกเราเคยแข่งมาแล้วก็เป็นทัวร์นาเมนต์ที่ประเทศไทยค่อนข้างให้ความสนใจแล้วก็ตั้งความหวังไว้กับพวกเรา2ทีมจากทีมไทยด้วยครับผมก็จะให้อธิบายทีมเราเป็นคำเดียวนะครับก็น่าจะไม่พ้นคำว่า professional ครับผมเพราะว่าพวกเราเนี่ยสะสมประสบการณ์มามากมายเพื่อที่จะแข่งขันต่างๆในรายการต่างๆไม่ว่าจะเป็นรายการระดับโลกหรือรายการเล็กๆระดับประเทศพวกเราก็ professional แล้วครับผมผู้เล่นคนอื่นๆในทีมก็จะมีซีแซนครับเป็นกัปตันทีมแล้วก็มีซูมแล้วก็มีเนวินแล้วก็ตัวผมแจสเปอร์ครับผมก่อน อนหน้านี้นะครับผมก็เป็นนักศึกษาธรรมดาคนหนึ่งแล้วก็เล่นเกมอื่นมาเป็นเกม FPS มาค่อนข้างเยอะแล้วก็พอได้รู้จักกับเกม PUBG Mobile เนี่ยตอนนั้นไม่ค่อยว่างเล่นคอมพิวเตอร์ครับก็เลยหันมาเล่นในมือถือแทนเพราะว่าสามารถเล่นที่ไหนก็ได้ แล้วก็ชอบเกมแนวนี้อยู่แล้วซึ่งมันน่าสนใจผมก็เลยลองตั้งทีมขึ้นมาแข่งขันแล้วก็ลงแข่งขันในลีกต่างๆครับผมจนมาได้ถึงขั้นนี้ครับเพราะว่าเราชอบเล่นเกมยิงปืนอยู่แล้วครับเป็นผู้ชายส่วนใหญ่จะชอบเล่นเกมยิงปืนเกมแนวนี้แล้วก็ด้วยกระแสของเกม PUBG Mobile เนี่ยมาค่อนข้างแรงแล้วทัวร์นาเมนต์เนี่ยก็ค่อนข้างเยอะเราก็เลยเลือกที่จะเล่น PUBG Mobile แล้วก็ทำให้มันออกมาได้ดีที่สุดครับผมคิดว่าพวกเราไม่มีความลับอะไรขนาดนั้นนะครับก็มีแต่พวกเราเก่งแค่นั้นแหละครับผมคิดว่าคนจะไม่พ้นทีมไทยที่มาด้วยกันนั่นก็คือ RRQ ครับผมเพราะว่าผมคิดว่าเขาเป็นทีมที่เก่งที่สุดแล้วก็สามารถรักษาผลงานได้ตลอดเวลาไม่ว่าจะเป็นรายการเล็กหรือรายการใหญ่เขาก็สามารถทำมันออกมาได้ดีที่สุดเสมอครับผมระวังตัวไว้ครับเดี๋ยวตายแน่นอน
We have no secrets, we're just very good. I think we saw that.
Yeah,
they proved their point.
It's like on a side note, this is one of the longest kind of spotlights we've had so far. He has a lot to say, but it carries weight behind it, right? Because right now they're holding themselves on top of the leaderboard. When you look at their average points per game, it's hitting 25 to 30 points per game. It is rivaling the likes of RRQ Athena, their rival Thai team that have qualified for global finals. So I have no doubt that when it comes to that stage, when they do qualify for the global finals and when they face off against the likes of RRQ next week, that they will push them to their limits.
That's definitely their objective, but they need to try and already focus on this and make their best performance possible, gain experience from that, and move on forward. One team that I'm going to focus on right now.
Okay.
Because the next game is on Vikendi Imperium. This is our second Vikendi game on the prelims. One of the last games of this entire tournament, and one team that's so close again to that top 5 and had a really good performance on Vikendi. You know who I'm talking about? It's Pittsburgh Knights. They had the chicken dinner on that map last time around. If they can repeat that exact same performance, they can pretty surely secure themselves a spot in that top 5 to go to the grand finals, to the global finals next weekend.
I don't think I can find any more superlatives, any more words to describe how exciting, how magnificent it is to have the preliminary finals and the global finals take place and for PUBG Mobile esports to be highlighted. 3 words that I would use to describe PUBG Mobile is accessible, professional, and competitive. And that's what these players are showing up on these games today.
You can see, look at that Nova Monster Shield walking on through, walking towards their location to play some epic PUBG Mobile. They are still potentially in a road to make it through, but it is going to be pretty tight. So Nova Monster Shield, this is it or a nothing. They have to step it up.
Like, here's the thing, Maxon, like, 3rd place is currently being held by All Rejection Gaming, yeah? They're on 165 points. Indian Tigers in 9th place is on 131. That's 34 points between 6 teams. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. So when we turned around and we said that the likes of Indian Tigers and one of the Indian teams had a chance of putting through, this is it. This is it. Like, this is how close it's come to, because every team, they haven't always had a strong result. They haven't, let's say, kind of turned around and gone, oh my God, this is it, other than maybe Team Queso. But even then, they haven't really kind of stood out in terms of the points differential of the teams behind them, which means that there's every chance that one of these other teams can turn around and just kick them in the face and knock them out of the top 5 spot.
As you said, they didn't really step out that much. We weren't really seeing them. They were not in the spotlight. But if they want to make it up there, they need to be in that spotlight. Like 34 points, it might not be that much of a difference. But in 2 games, I mean, you have to have an average of about 15, 16 points. So you need to get up there. You need to put your name on the kill feed. You need to try and get in those top 3 positions right now.
Yeah.
This is where it counts the most.
That's the thing. It's not just a kind of average of it, because that's based on the fact that every team ahead of you has a bad result, which isn't going to happen. So you need to be hitting a 24, 25 point game, which is second place with 4 or 5 kills, third place with 7 or 8 kills. It is possible. It's easily accessible in these moments. Of course, if they can secure chicken dinner and 10 or 11 kills, that's going to make it easier. But either way, they have to be up there. They have to play calculated, playing Indian Tigers. I know they have what it takes. In the regional finals, there's a reason why they got there. They played in front of a live crowd with the likes of Team IND, with the likes of the other Indian teams, Team Seoul, which were the fan favorites, and they qualified for the prelims.